Bismillah. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we'll continue with graphing a linear function. At the first, we'll start with a function. Again, revising again more than one time. Alhamdulillah. I will ask a question and no one will give me any response. What is the meaning of a function? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Yes.
Function.
Do we
Yes.
answer or
Yes,
say?
answer.
The relation that has one output for each input.
Yes, alhamdulillah. The relation which is connected between x and y. For each value of x, each value, it means all of the element of x that we use it. All of the element of the domain that we use it. There is exactly one image for the range. Only all of the element of the domain connected only one time. Okay, so one of the type of the function that we have, which is defined by the linear function. What is the meaning of linear?
Linear means makes a pattern, or the equation
It makes
is
a line. It makes a line.
Yeah.
Makes a line. That is the graph. So how we know that without graph? Without graph, I give you any formula, then you will know that this formula for linear. How you know that?
It's equal first degree.
When I say y equals 3xy, this relation is a formula or not formula? The linear or not linear?
It's
linear.
Linear.
No.
Linear. Why linear? How you know that's linear?
It's to the
Because
first
everything
degree.
is in the first degree.
There's no power.
There is one is talking
power
now.
two.
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Who's talking now?
They are all to the first degree.
All of the first degree. Yet. So your answer now is all of this function of the first degree. Is that right?
Yes.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Yet, I promise you, I will not teach math anymore. Khalas. I will try to find any other job. Wallahi. Wallahi, if I will try to find any other job.
This one is to the second degree.
Wow.
It should be x plus by equals c and first degree.
Again, please. Farhan, just 1 minute. Farhan, Farhan, inna lillahi wa inna. Farhan.
Yeah?
Why you are running? Farhan, you are the one who is talking now?
No,
It's
it was
not me.
Mustafa.
It's not me.
Mustafa. اطلع
Yes.
Mustafa.
Mustafa Tari.
اطلع يا Mustafa.
It should be x plus by equals c, and it should be first
Yeah,
degree.
again, please, again. Should be what?
Ax plus by equals c.
Ax plus by equals c. Leave this one now, because I will ask you a question about this one. Leave this one. Then the next one.
It should be first degree, not second.
What is the meaning of the first degree? Linear
means
equation.
it's
يا
first
مدير
power.
يا
If
أبو غندر.
any.
أبو غندر, just 1 minute. نسمع.
Yes.
Just listen to Mustafa. So the linear is the equation of the first degree. خلاص?
Sure.
Don't listen to Iyad. Because Iyad will, خلاص, I will stop teaching math. So linear equation is the equation of the first degree, which is represented graphically by straight line. That is the second part. If you remember when you say that the linear represented by a line, so that's the second part of the definition. The first part of the definition is relation of the first degree, which is represented graphically by a straight line. That is the first part. So how you know that this relation is linear or not linear? How you know that's this relation of the first degree or not the first degree? The one that you have now, this one of the first. Yeah, just 1 minute. Yeah, Mustafa. Mustafa. Habibi, this one of the first degree or not the first degree?
What?
This one, the star one, this one. First or not the first degree, or second, third, zero. Yeah, just 1 minute يا شباب. ما في معلوم مصطفى. اوكي. عبد الله مالك. معلوم. I asked you Mustafa, just 1 minute.
Mister, my mic was muted.
خلاص. I'm not mute anymore. I'm just asking now you Mustafa,
we cannot make it ax plus by equals c, but it is first degree.
My question. What's your name?
Mustafa.
Not grade 9.
Grade 9.
Can I ask you another question? Your name, what's your name?
Mustafa.
Not grade 9. Is this right?
No, grade 9.
Your name is grade 9?
No.
I'm asking, what's your name?
Oh my God.
So when I ask you, what's your name? Don't say I'm in grade 9. What's your name?
Mustafa.
Not grade 9. خلاص. Now look at this question. This question, how you know this question is of the first degree or the second degree? That's my question.
They're power 1.
So this relation of the first degree or not the first degree? First degree. So if you agree about Mustafa's answer, please raise your hand. If you agree, raise your hand. Faris. قول يا فارس.
أيوه.
This answer, this relation of the first degree يا فارس?
Yes, because you don't. There's no to the power.
There is no power. There is no power, so it will be power 1.
Yeah.
طيب.
So there's no power.
Okay, that's your answer. إبراهيم الحربي.
Yes.
قول يا إبراهيم.
Sir, just joined.
So you raise your hand. I think that you want to answer. خلاص. Close your Ibrahim. Close your mic, Ibrahim.
Must have been by accident.
Okay. Ayad.
Yes.
Habibi, give me a right answer, please. I want to. Wallah, I can't live without teaching math. Wallah, I have a problem with this one. So just give me any right answer. This relation is linear or not linear?
It is linear.
Hey, alhamdulillah. Why it is linear?
Because all the letters are to the first degree.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. You prove that I will not teach math anymore.
Finally.
You remember?
No, it's not linear. It's not linear.
Who's talking?
No,
Diego. Diego is talking. Is this right? Diego or
No, Malik.
No,
Malik. Abdullah Malik.
Yeah.
Give me the answer, Abdullah Malik, please. Wallah, give me the answer, please.
Mr. X has its own degree and Y has its own degree.
Yes.
So like it becomes 3x y over to the power 2.
All of them to the power 2. So all of them will be of the second degree. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Remember, there is one teacher, the last session, he's staying with you 55 minutes to explain what is the difference between the algebraic term and the algebraic expression. The difference between the degree of the term and the degree of the expression. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل.
Wow.
حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل.
Nice.
You remember this teacher? Wallahi. It's not good, wallahi. Please, try to discuss with the school. We don't like this teacher. Mr. Nizar. I said last session. Mr. Nizar was teaching you last session.
Yes, last year.
Mr. Islam, Mr. Islam,
At the beginning, you taught us Mr. Islam, but then Mr. Nazar.
Last session. From the beginning of this year. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. One question. No. Just my question. From the beginning, from the first day of this year. Who's teaching?
Yes.
Is there any other teacher?
I don't think so.
Alhamdulillah. You don't think
Last
so?
year, Mr. Nazar was teaching us, so I got confused.
This year, who is explaining this part last session? From today only.
I think
لا
you.
حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. You think?
Oh, sorry, it was 4 days ago.
Cancel this part from the curriculum. خلاص cancel this one. Cancel. Go back to the last video. There is videos, there is book. والله I can't say anything more. خلاص الحمد لله. Just focus. الحمد لله. 1 hour to explain the difference between the algebraic term and the algebraic expression. No, I will not go up. خلاص. Leave it. I will not wasting any more time for this part. Now again for this one, linear equation represented again graphically by straight line. Represent graphically by straight line, it must be of the first degree. Of the first degree, its mean x and y must be raised to the power 1. And not all of them combine at the same term. What is the meaning of the term? That's the product of a number and a variable, or number only or variable only. So for this one, we can say that x is algebraic term. 3x is algebraic term. 3 is algebraic term. xy is algebraic term. 5xy is algebraic term. But if you just add a number here, it will not, like adding y or adding a number. So now we have two different terms, two terms, not just one term. If I just say 3, it's one term. Only x is one term. 3x is one term. 5xy is one term. 5xy is one term. So if you just put plus or minus between them, now you convert it from algebraic term to algebraic expression formed from more than one term. By the way, that's called algebraic expression. But algebraic expression formed from one term. If you add plus or minus, how many the variable that you have, like 3x power 2, y power 5, z power 3, a power 4. There is many variable that you have for this one. How many variables that we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 multiplied by a number. So we can say that all of that is one algebraic term. To find the degree of the algebraic term, just add all of the power of the variable. Leave the number. There is no power for the number.
Power of
Just
14.
take the variable
14.
for the variable, the power for the variable. Just add them. So if you find that all of the variable has a power 1, all of the term of the expression has power 1, yes. Go back to the last video. That's not a new part. I'm just revising this part to continue. I do it for myself to help me for this one. So if there is anything related to the previous, wallah, you can go back to the video. Or you have to study. Because at the last session, I asked more than one time. More than one time. If you didn't understand, please ask me. So that's for the linear. Linear represented by, the linear function represented by straight line. If you have a straight line, it will intersect the x-axis and the y-axis at a point. This point is called the point of intersection between the line and the x-axis. This point is called the point of intersection between the line and y-axis. So this one we can say that's called x-intercept. This point is called x-intercept. And that one is called y-intercept. So what is the meaning of x-intercept? X-intercept, what is the meaning of x-intercept? What is the meaning of x-intercept?
It is the place that
The
line
y value is
intersects with
0.
the
When the y
x-axis.
value is 0.
At the point of intersection between the line and y-axis. Point of intersection, point
Yeah.
of intersection
Intersection.
between the line or the graph, or the graph, leave because any point that between the graph and x-axis. What is the meaning of the y-intercept?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of the y-intercept? Point
When
of
point of
intersection
intersection graph y. No, sorry.
between the graph and y-axis. So it means the first one now, x-intercept lies on x-axis or y-axis? X-intercept is a point of intersection between the line and or the graph and x-axis. It means this point must be lies at the x-axis. Is it right? This point must be lies at the x-axis. What is the coordinate of this point?
Yes.
What is the coordinate of this point? This one.
For the x-intercept?
What is the coordinate, the ordered pair for this one? The ordered pair for this point?
1, 0. 1, 0.
1, 0.
Which?
1, 0.
Just 1 minute.
Oh yeah, 1, 0.
Okay. I'm going up just 1 minute. This point is 1 and 0.
Yeah.
This point B.
Negative 2, 0.
2.
Negative
No,
2 and
2,
0.
0. Oh yeah, negative 2, 0.
This point is negative 4 and 0. This point
where?
Negative 6, 0.
Negative 6.
negative 6 and
Negative
0.
6, comma 0.
Any point lies on the x-axis has y value equals 0. Is that right?
0.
So
Yeah, and the y.
so the x-intercept, you will find that the x-intercept is the value of x
of y is 0.
when y equals 0. So the x-intercept is the value of x when y equals 0. And this point lies on the x-axis. And this point formed from the intersection of the graph and the x-axis.
Okay.
Thus, The same for y-intercept. What is the meaning of y-intercept? The point of intersection between the graph and the y-axis.
When the x value, the value of
Ya
the value
Farhan, just 1 minute.
y-axis.
Ya Farhan, just 1 minute,
X
please.
is
Step by
0.
step.
X
Please, Ya Farhan, please. You understand this one? Just wait until I explain it. Again, for this
Okay.
one, as we said now, the x-intercept lies on the x-axis because it's formed from the only common, which is x-axis and the inner line. So the same also will be for y-axis. Y-intercept is a point of intersection between the graph, whatever the graph that you have, and the y-axis. So this point must be lies on the y-axis. So if you choose any point here lies on the y-axis, you will find that the coordinate of this point is 1, 2, 3, 4, so it will be 4 and 0. The coordinate of this point is 3 and 0. The coordinate of this point is negative 1 and 0. The coordinate of this point negative 3 and 0. So all of the point which lies on the y-axis, sorry, this one by mistake. This one is 0 and 4. This one is 0 and 3. No one tell me that your answer is wrong. 0 and negative 1. 0 and the negative 3. So all of the point which lies on the y-axis has x value equals. What is the x value for any point lies on the y-axis? Yeah, Shabab. Hey,
Sir, I don't understand the point. Please, can you repeat it?
can you find the
yes, sir.
coordinate of the point? The ordered pair of the point. The ordered pair of the point.
Which one?
Any
Yeah, which
point? طيب, alhamdulillah. We can read it, no problem. Try to make it easy. Wallah, you have to
Point.
study. You have no option. Wallah, for me, you
Which?
have no option. You have to study. For me, there is no option. You have to study or you have to study. The third option is not accepted for me. So again, you have to memorize this one. And instead of understanding, you have to memorize it. For the x-intercept, the definition of the definition, you have to memorize it. There is no way. X-intercept is the point of intersection between the line and x-axis. At this point,
Okay, fine.
y will be equal 0. Y-intercept is the point of intersection between the line or the graph and the y-axis. At this point, x equals 0. That's all what you have to do. Now we need to find the x and the y-intercept of the line. Graph at the right. We need to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. If you don't know what is the meaning of the x-intercept and the y-intercept, you will not be able to solve. There is nothing. It's called understanding at this point. You know the meaning. When I ask you, give me the pen. If you don't know what is the meaning of a pen, you will not give me anything. Is that right? Open your book. If I ask you, open your book. What is the meaning of the book? I don't know what is the meaning of the book, so I will not open anything. If I say open your book, page 100. If you don't know how to read the number is 100, so the page will be wrong. So there is something related to memorizing, related to studying. So option number 1, you have to study. Option number 2, you have to study. There is no option number 3. So find the x and y-intercept. What is the meaning of the x-intercept?
LB.
What is the meaning of x-intercept? When I ask a question, please give me the answer of the question.
The value of y is 0 and the graph, the intersection of the graph is with the x-axis.
Y is 30. It's B.
Who's talking now?
It is B.
Who's talking? My question, who's talking? It's B. That's your full name? It's B?
I'm talking Balaji.
No, that's your full name. It's B.
No,
Mister,
Balaji.
can I answer?
No, I asked 3 times. What's your name? You say it's B. It's B. It's B. When I ask a question, please give me the answer to understand. When I ask any question, please give me the answer for the question that you make to understand. What is the meaning of x-intercept? Leave. There is no answer here. There is no answer.
Y equals 0.
Again, because we repeated the same for the next session.
X-intercept is where the line.
Intersect?
It's where the line intercepts X.
X-axis. Where is the x-axis? The horizontal line.
The
line
and
the x-axis at this point.
And the value of y is equal to 0.
Okay, at this point,
The horizontal
the line intersect here. What is this number? It's mean
20.
x
That's
intercept
20.
equals
20.
20. Okay, what is the y-intercept?
20.
What is the meaning? My
20.
question. What is the
Yeah.
meaning of the y-intercept?
When the
Where the line
intersection
Where
of
the line
y
intersects the
y-axis
y-axis. The line intersects the y-axis at this point. What is the value?
Y-axis.
Y-intercept equals 30.
and the x value is
Equal
0.
30. 30.
Where is the
X
answer
value
for
is
this
0.
one?
Easy peasy.
This one, B.
D.
Yeah.
Now we need to find x and y-intercept. Again, I will ask the same question.
Okay,
What is the meaning
so
of x-intercept?
the
What is the meaning of x-intercept?
x-intercept
I asked more than one
meaning of
time.
The line
is the line
It's the
connects with
x-axis.
Just 1 minute.
x-axis.
Just 1 minute. You know why I'm asking more than one time? Because in the next session, I will just say, give a hint what is the meaning of the x-intercept, then solving by using x-intercept and y-intercept. Then I will find one question. I didn't understand what is the meaning of x-intercept. So you will not be able to solve. Alhamdulillah. That's in the next session, inshallah. Next session. Don't ask me about what is the meaning of x-intercept and y-intercept. Halas? Don't ask me, I didn't understand. When I say I will use x-intercept, don't say I didn't understand. Because I don't know. Halas? I repeat it more than one time. Oh. So for this graph, is the line intersected the x-axis? If the line intersected the x-axis,
No,
because the
no.
line is parallel, it means
It has
there is no x-intercept. If the line intersected the y-axis,
X-intercept.
there is no x-intercept.
y-intercept. There is y-intercept at 150.
The y-intercept is 150.
Yes.
150.
150.
Yes. So the answer now will be
J.
The answer is F. F.
F. You know what is the meaning of x-intercept equals?
J. I'm
How?
J. No X.
Oh no,
J,
X, yeah,
J.
J. No x-intercept.
What can I do
yeah,
more?
J.
What can I do more? What can I do more, wallah?
No.
I write the
Mr.
answer and you can't choose it. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Now we have a swimming pool. And the rate of change now, the rate is 720. The table shows the function that's related between the volume of the water and the time. Find the x-intercept and y-intercept. And what is the meaning of the x-intercept and the y-intercept? What is the meaning of the x-intercept?
X-intercept
It means
is where the line intersects.
When
That
there's
is the
an
first
intercept
And the
definition.
y is equal to
at
0.
The first definition of
X-axis.
x-intercept, we have two definitions, two parts of the definition. Part number one, which is where the graph intersects the x-axis. Part number two,
there's a line. X6, yeah.
part number two,
Yeah.
The part number two,
x-intercept,
the value of
the value
y
of
is 0.
the value of x when y equals 0.
Y is 0.
That is the meaning of x-intercept. What is the meaning of y-intercept? Two parts of the definition. The first part, where the graph intersects the
Same like
y-axis.
X-intercept.
The second part of the definition, the value of y when x equals 0. So when I need you to find the x-intercept
X
and
is equal to
y-intercept.
0.
X is equal to, we
0.
need to find x-intercept now. X-intercept. What is the value of x-intercept? X-intercept is the value of x when y equals 0. Y equals 0 when x equals 14.
It's 14.
Now we need to find y-intercept.
And the
So
y-intercept
this
is
question depends
10,000.
on this question depend on the meaning of
10,080.
x-intercept. يا شباب
Meaning of y-intercept.
وانا I'm explaining anything, please يعني try to control yourself and stop talking, please. So this question depend on what? Depend on the definition. If you know the definition, because I didn't solve anything, just what you need. I need x-intercept. So if I know what is the meaning of the x-intercept, خلاص. There is two definitions, two parts of the definition. Point of intersection between the x-axis and the value of x when y equals 0. So I solved the first part. The second part, we need to find y-intercept. There is no graph, so I find the other part, which is the value of y when x equals 0. So it will be 10,080. Without memorizing the definition, wallahi, you will not be able to solve.
When one
خلاص.
is intercepting, the other will be.
Sorry?
When one is intercepting, the other will be like 0, right?
Sorry? Wallahi, I can't hear the question. You stop talking one time. You will ask me a question or going down? No one give me an answer.
No, I asked, but it's lagging. My voice is lagging.
So what's your question? Wallahi, I can't hear you.
Hello, Mister. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Hello, Mr. Can you hear me?
Mister, can you
Can-
hear me?
Mister, like us to change the class.
If you want to talk, please raise your hand. If you want to talk, please raise your hand. خلاص? Okay. So if you want to graph now, we'll graph by using the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So what is the meaning of x-intercept? X-intercept is the point of intersection between the line and the x-axis. So the line will intersect the x-axis at 14. So just from 14, I will put point. And it will intersect the y-axis at the point 10,080. 10,080, it will be approximately at this place. So just graph the line. That's how we can graph this one. Again, for question number 8. We need now we have a relation between the distance in mile and the time. We need to find x-intercept and y-intercept. What is the meaning of x-intercept? X-intercept is the value of x when y equals 0. Where is x and where is y? Which one is depend on what? Which one is depend on what? Abdullah Malik. Abdullah Malik. What's your question? Abdullah Malik.
Mister, I have a question for the last question. For the last question, so you can make a line anywhere, right?
Anywhere, where, anywhere?
Like it has to intersect y and x, right?
Yes. At any place?
Yeah. So I could like you place it like after 10,000. So like you could place it anywhere in the graph, right?
Anywhere.
Like as long as it intersects with x and y.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم. Can you give me the meaning of the x-intercept?
X-intercept when the line intersects with the x-axis.
When the line intersects with the x-axis. Where the line intersects the x-axis? From the table that you have.
Okay.
Wallahi, 100%
No,
you didn't
like,
understand. Plus. Thanks. How many times I have to repeat? Wallah, I don't know. Farhan, what's your question?
No, I was going to answer your question. Like you were asking the x-intercept and the y-intercept.
Okay, solve with me this one. Solve with me this one.
Okay.
Please.
So the x-intercept here, first the definition of x-intercept would be that the line intersects between the x-axis and the value of y is always 0. So here our
where is x and where is y? There is no x, there is no y.
So the x value here will be time.
Why?
The distance.
Why the x here is time? Why?
Because
why
the graph above.
Leave the graph. Leave the graph
okay,
above. That's different question. There is no
okay,
other question.
That's always in the table there. Okay, so and always in a table, the values of x are always on the left side, and on the right side of the table it's always y.
So I will change it. I will make another table here. I will make the distance here because I like to write distance at the first, and I will write time here, and I will write 248, 0, 186, and 1, and 124 and 2. So which one will be x and which one will be y?
The time, because.
Which one is x? My question. Which one is x?
Time.
Time. Why time now? Time now is at the right, not at the left. This will be x and this will be y.
No.
Why? You said you give me the answer now. Why I ask why the time is x and the distance is y? You said because always we write the x at the left and y at the right. So I write it here. I change the order on.
Because
if you don't know the answer, please we can ask another one.
I know the x-intercept and y-intercept, but
leave
I don't know how to
x-intercept and
explain.
y-intercept. Okay. Abu Wonder.
Yes, so the reason why it's x, it's because x is an independent variable, while y is dependent. Y depends on the change that happens in x.
Y is
and the
depend
change
on
of x.
y depend on x. Y is
Yes.
depend on x. Y again I repeat it. Grade 9. I repeat this one. Y is depend on x. One more time. Y depend on x. Y depend on x. The time depend on the distance or the distance depend on the time?
The distance depends on the time.
If you have a constant rate of change, now you are talking about, I will drive how many miles per hour. You will find in the speed, for the speed, if you want to talk about the speed, you say that how many miles per hour or how many hours per mile?
How many miles per hour?
The number of miles, it depends on the number of hours. If I drive just 1 hour, so it will be 60 miles. 2 hours, it will be 120 miles. 3 hours, so by changing the number of hours, by increasing the number of hours, the number of miles will be increased. Y is depend on the time. Y is depend on x. The distance depend on time. How many gallons? How many? If you want to compare between the distance to the liter, to the petrol, how many gallons that's used for the distance? Which one is depend on what?
The amount of the distance. The distance depends on how much you use or consume from petrol. So the petrol depends on distance.
The petrol depends on that. If you cover more, you will take more. You understand it? Which one is depend on what? Just read for the any table, because the table now you can find it with different order. I just give you 2 orders there, 2 points, and I didn't mention which one is x and which one is y, and I'm asking you to find the rate of a change. So you have to find which one is depend on what. Balaji, what's your question?
No, I just wanted to answer.
Okay. So you can answer the next one, but Muhammad Abghander now is solving with me.
Yes.
Okay, so which one is the x-intercept?
So the x-intercept would be 4.
X-intercept, the value of x when y equals 0, so it will be 4.
Yeah.
So because of that, I have to say that which one is dependent on what? Which one is x and which one is y? And y-intercept?
248.
248. How we can graph this one? We need to graph this question. By graphing, just put a point on the graph and it will be easy.
Yeah.
By choosing any point. You can choose any point on the x-axis, any point on the y-axis, like the last answer.
Yeah, as just to represent the number.
Just to represent this one. We say what is the meaning of x-intercept? The value of x when y equals 0.
You represent
so because we have another answer before. Because I have another answer before. Say just use any point lies on the x-axis, any point lies on the y-axis. X-intercept is the meaning, the value of x when y equals 0. Y-intercept the value of y when x equals 0. So the order here now will be 248. Wallahi, I said with all of the ways, so you have no option, you have to study. So who can solve with me this question? This question. We need to graph the equation by using the x-intercept and y-intercept. This means we need to find from the equation x-intercept and y-intercept, then solve. Farhan, how we find x-intercept and the y-intercept? The question say, again for this one, I'm reading the question again, because I don't want anyone to say why I'm choosing this way. The question say, graph the equation by using x-intercept and y-intercept. graph by using x-intercept and y-intercept. So how we can find x-intercept?
So first we can, since you have to find the x-intercept, we can multiply the 4 with 0. 4 multiplied by 0.
Not multiplying 4 by 0.
Or
just
we can
replace y when y equals 0.
So 0. Then okay, fine.
When y equals 0, it means you remove y. So
you
only the remaining y. Now would be
this
2x is equal to 16.
Equals 16.
Then
which will be x equal to 8.
I didn't understand this one. How x equals 8? That's the question. When I leave the mic open, that's how I will find this question. Why x equals 8? So please give me the answer for this one before anyone asks.
Okay, so so our equation was 2x plus 4y.
What is the operation that's used? What is the operation that's used to find x equals 8?
The operation.
Which operation that's used? 2x equals 16. How you know that x equals 8? How you know? Your answer is right. How you know that x equals 8?
Using the multiplicative identity.
Which operation? Say it with a normal way. How you can solve it? 2x equals 16. So which one that will solve it? Multiplicative identity, which is
okay,
1,
so
by the way.
If the equation is 2x plus 4y equals 16.
For x equals 16, then? Which operation that will use to find the value of x?
Use the division.
Use division because you have 2x. That's 2x. What is the meaning of 2x? It's mean 2 times x.
Because it will divide.
So I will divide by 2. Dividing by 2, it's mean x
2x means 2 multiplied by x.
Yes. Why I'm using division? Because we have 2x. What is the meaning of 2x? It's mean 2 times x. So now the order pair. What is the order pair that we have for this one?
Times x, yeah.
What is the ordered pair? But that's my question. What is the ordered pair? Ordered pair.
The order pair will be 8, comma 0.
8 and 0. Because we need
so the value of x is
the value
8,
of x is 8 and the y will be 0. Now we need to find y-intercept. What is the y-intercept?
Okay. So we'll multiply the 2 times 0. So the x will be cancelled out.
So at the first I will say x equals 0. To find y-intercept at the value of y when x equals 0. Just replace x with 0, so it will be cancelled out. So the remaining will be
4y equals 16.
4y equals 16. That means y will be.
So y will equal to 4.
Why equals 4 again? Because I will find the same question again. Mister, I didn't understand why y equals 4. So give me them the answer, please.
Okay.
When they suddenly open the video, you will find the answer.
Yes. Okay, so because we know that 4 times y is 4y, so we have to cancel out the 4. So we divide by 4, so that gives us y equals 4. So 16 divided by 4 will be 4. So y equals 4.
The order pair will be?
The order pair will be 0, 4.
0 and 4. So how we can graph this?
Because the x value is 0.
The x is 0 and y is 4. Why it's not 4 and 0? Because the x is 0 and y is 4.
Yeah.
Why I'm writing x and y? Because that's called ordered pair. Order, you have to write x at the first. I give all of the answer now. All of the answer. Alhamdulillah. That's not for you, Farhan. That's not for you, because I will find some question. Why
now
you
we
write
graph
this
it.
Now we can graph it. So why I'm choosing this part? Because only I need the positive part. I graph. I don't need the negative part. So just you can move the graph right and left, up and down. It's depend on which part that you need. The first one that we have 8 and 0. So 8 and 0 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the first point. The second point, which is 0 and 4.
Yes.
0 and 4.
And the second.
This would be.
Yeah.
So to graph, that is the line.
And then you draw a line.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how the graph would be look like. That is the graph of the line. Thanks for how.
Okay.
If you have any question, if you have any question about this one, please raise your hand. If you have any question about this one, raise your hand. But if you ask me a question about definition, I don't have answer. Balaji. Question, not answer. Question, Balaji. My question is, if you have any problem, raise your hand. Khalas? Okay. Balaji, what's your question?
What is 16?
What is 16? That is the equation. That is the equation.
What does 16 represent?
Equation, all of that are the equation, the constant number. The relation between them. The relation between x and y. The sum of x and y. If you multiply x by 2 and y by 4, you will find that the answer will be 16. That is the relation between them. If I put what I have with what you have, the total will be 100 real. So 100 represented the total number that we have. The relation between me and you, if we put what we have together, it will be $100. So that's the relation. So if you add 2 and 4, 2 times 16, 2 times x, and 4 times y, the sum will be 16. That's the relation. Because we said that the relation, the equation, the function is the relation between x and y. So if you have any problem in this part, please raise your hand. Ibrahim, what is the question?
Why did you do 2 times 16?
Which 2 times 16?
You put 16 divided by 2.
Yes.
Down.
In this one?
Yes.
By the way, Wallahi Farhan explain it. And go back to solving equation, you know, y2x equals 16, we divide by 2. So, option number 1, you have to study. Option number 2, again you have to study. Because this one is solving equation. I ask this question to Farhan. Farhan, where is Farhan? Fain Farhan? Raise your hand, Farhan. Go up. Okay. I asked you this question or not? Why we divide by 2? I asked you this question or not? Why we divide by 2?
did.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. So just listen, I ask you more than one time. With many different ways. Do you have any question? If you have any question, I didn't ask it. So option number 1, study. Option number 2, study. How we can solve this one? Who can solve this one with me? Abdullah Barodi. Alhamdulillah, because you didn't raise your hand, so you can solve it. Abdullah Barodi, you are the first one. Abdullah Barodi. Abdullah Barodi, I open the mic for you, Abdullah. Abdullah Barodi. Abdullah Barodi is absent. Abdullah Barodi is absent. Ali Rusan. Ali Rusan. Ali Rusan is absent. So can solve it. Muhammad. Muhammad. Muhammad is not here. All of the class is absent, mashallah. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Yusuf Jabri.
Yes, Mr. Ryan.
Solve with me this one.
Okay. First, I will find the y. So we'll make the x 0.
So we need now to find x-intercept or y-intercept?
X. Let's find
x. X-intercept. You will find
make
x-intercept. So y will be equal 0. To find x-intercept, use y equals 0. So y equals 0, it means you will cancel all of this term. Times 0 equals.
And then minus x equals
negative 3. X equals 3.
Negative x equals 3. Then divide by negative x, divide by...
Why you divide by negative? Because negative x, it means negative 1 times x. For multiplication, if you want to solve it, we shift it to the other side by division.
Yes.
I explain it how? Explain it, Yusuf, صح?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. So x is equals
to negative.
Negative. So the ordered pair will be
3 and 0.
Ordered pair must be x and y. You have to write the value of x at the first, then y.
First is 3, negative 3. I'm sorry.
That's rule. That's rule. Again, that's rule. That's not for you. That's for grade 9. Again, ordered pair. It means x and y. X and y. So you have to write x at the first, then y. So it will be negative 3 and 0. Now we need to find y-intercept. How we find y-intercept?
Make x 0. Remove
x equals 0. It means now I'm solving again at this equation. I will remove x. So what is the remainder?
2y equals 3.
2y equals 3. It means y equals
3 divided by 2.
3 over 2, which is 1.5. You can write it as 3 over 2, or you can write it as 1.5. If that's divisible by 2, yani if that's with 1 decimal place or 2 decimal place, if the denominator is not 2, not 6, not 7, the number that's not divisible, so you can simplify it, convert it to be fraction. If you will find that the answer will be a long decimal and you round it, leave it as a fraction without any change. So the ordered pair now will be
0.
0
and
1.5.
1.5.
Or
Yes.
3 over 2. Again, why I
Yes.
repeat this one? Again, why we divide here by 2? Because we have 2y. 2y, it's mean 2 times y. If you want to shift multiplication, it will be division. Why I write 0 at the first? Because we have here the ordered pair x and y. X number 1, y number 2. So how many times I repeat this one? How many times I repeat this one?
2 times.
Alhamdulillah. Only 2 times.
Mister, this is easy.
No, it's hard. That's the first time I explained this one. So the first point that we have now, which is negative 3 and 0.
3 and 0.
Moving negative 3 to the left, and that is going to be the point. 0 and 1.5, 0 and 1.5. Between 1 and 2, so we can draw the line. That's the line which is passing through the 2 points. So this would be the line. Thanks, Ya Yusuf.
Hi.
If you have any problem for this question, please raise your hand. If you have any problem about this question, please raise your hand. I will put all of the hands down because the hands now for answering. Now the question. If you have any question for this point, raise your hand. You have any question? If you have any question, raise your hand. Khalas? No questions? You understand all of these points? So, we have to leave now because I have another session. We'll finish from 3 minutes and see inshallah tomorrow to continue this lesson.